Hello everyone, Bizork here. As many of you know, over the past couple of months I've been working very hard on building this UFO game. The game still hasn't been released yet, but in this video I'm going to show you how you can get involved and maybe even try the beta version of the game before it is released to the public. So stick around for that, but if you haven't yet, smash that subscribe button. Now I've already previewed this game in a couple of my other videos, but this will be a little bit more of a formal introduction to what this is. I had this idea in high school of a top-down spaceship shooter with up to dozens of people playing in the same arena. In fact, I tried to make this game on a couple different occasions after high school, but at the time I just didn't have the skill. And then after that I just kind of forgot about the idea for a bit. But I love game development, and I decided that I would come back and try to build this game. And within a week I had a functional prototype, and now a couple months later this thing is almost ready to launch. It hasn't been easy. It's been a lot of stressful work, a lot of long nights, but the results really speak for themselves. What you're looking at right now is early footage of the game in action. In fact, I filmed this a couple days ago, and since then the game has already experienced some dramatic changes. For instance, I've added a health and ammo bar, and I fixed a number of display bugs. So this game is really moving very fast, and one of the things that's been keeping me on track is the awesome community that we've built up. This game hasn't even launched yet. In fact, I've only picked the name for the game today, and already hundreds of people are lined up waiting to play it. It is a source of motivation, and it's overwhelming. The entire community for this game is currently on Discord, and if you'd like to join in, you can just go to ufo.bizork.com. From the Discord, you'll be able to interact with the community, see progress and updates, participate in contests, and we've also done a lot of beta testing with some of the members of our Discord. In order to build up this community, I've been working with an unlikely ally. Of course, I'm talking about Fofo. If you've watched my other videos, you'll know that Fofo and I have had a bit of a rocky road in the past, but I can truly understand his motivations because I can understand the desire to want to build something. And it's no surprise that he's done an excellent job of building up this community. So this is a new chapter, and I think that what we're building here will be even greater than what we had before. Anyway, there's no set launch date for this yet, but do join the Discord if you want to get updates and you want to know when the game launches. Again, that's ufo.bizork.com. Otherwise, stick around, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, and I'll make an announcement when the game is ready to launch. I guess while I'm here, I'll tell you a little bit about the game. Well, there are currently 6 unique ship types, and I tried to be as unique as possible with these. So depending on what you pick, the gameplay is completely different. 2 of the ships shoot bullets. One of them is more of a stealthy, kind of fast ship. That's the Recon, and then one of them is like a machine gun, bounty hunter type of class. That's Frigate. Then there's a ship that uses long-range plasma beams. It does a ton of damage, but it's also a pretty slow ship. Bomber will shoot out bombs that have area of effect damage. You've already seen the Trireme, which is basically a ramming ship. And by the way, Trireme has a historical precedent. And then the final ship on the list is Engineer. Engineer lays down turrets that have some pretty decent AI. The current beta version of the game doesn't have any upgrades for the ship, but the finished product will. And I think I've developed a pretty interesting upgrade tree, where some ships will have access to upgrades that others don't, but then there's some overlap. For example, I think that Recon and Lab Ship will both have the cloak ability, but the other ships probably won't. But we'll see how the upgrade tree develops, and it's not set in stone right now. One of my goals for this game was to build a quality game. I want to build the best game that I possibly can. And while I was doing research for this game, I played dozens of other web games to get a feel for the pros and cons of each style. And I guess that in the future I can do an in-depth comparison between this game and some of those other games. But I'll tell you about my early findings right now. I found that a lot of games have a lot of latency issues. I mean, this is a problem with so many web games. They're just not optimized at all. Whether it's Agario or Gats.io or Defly.io, all of them tend to have really, really bad lag problems. And I don't even have a slow internet connection or anything. I can't imagine what it would be like to play those games with a slow internet connection. So for this game, I've built a really lightweight communication protocol. It's super optimized. Last I measured it, it was about 1/2 of the amount of traffic that is used for Gats.io. But I'm planning to make it even more efficient by optimizing the way that the game handles certain stationary objects. So it's even possible that I could cut that traffic in half. And just playing around with some of the benchmarks, I tried simulating this game on a really slow internet connection, like a really slow 3G connection, just to see what it would be like. And it actually ran perfectly, even on a really slow internet connection. But a quick disclaimer, all this did was test what the game would be like with low bandwidth, not necessarily high latency. Another alarmingly common problem that people experience in these games is the sticky keys problem. I can guarantee you that by design there will be no sticky keys in this game. I've gone through great lengths to ensure that. For graphics, the graphics engine I'm using is WebGL. I've talked a little bit about it in a previous video. That's what allows the graphics to look really great. I could even have some 3D objects like the asteroids and obviously the home screen have a lot of 3D elements. So that's all WebGL. I've heard some people make the claim that WebGL doesn't have the best support amongst browsers, but I don't know. In my experience, it seems to work pretty well. It seems to even work better than Canvas in Firefox. Oh, and by the way, Canvas is what Gatsio uses. So again, WebGL just allows me to do some pretty sophisticated graphics very efficiently. And I guess another advantage of that is that we'll be able to have some skins. A lot of people have been asking me how I'm going to monetize this game, and I don't really expect to make a lot of money off of it. I want to run a game dev studio because I have other ideas for video games. And that's why I'm interested in building up a community. That's why I'm on YouTube. So whether or not this game generates revenue for me is kind of irrelevant. As long as people play it, it'll be a huge success for me. That's one of the reasons I'm really hesitant to put ads in this game. The way I look at ads is you're basically selling your traffic, sometimes to another game that's just better monetized. So like it would make more sense if I could just monetize this game directly, or just not. The traffic that I have here is worth more than what the ads would be willing to pay out. And like I'm outright against having any type of like buy energy to play the game or loot boxes or any of these psychological tactics. I mean, I get that that's an easy way to make a quick buck for some game developers, but I'm not really into that sort of thing. So I don't know, we'll see. I might have some basic ads, or I might monetize the game in other ways, like, you know, selling premium skins or even merchandise. We already have some pretty stylish designs for things like t-shirts and even some ideas for toys. And like, I don't know, I guess we'll see if that model works. I'm not really sure how effective that will be. But, you know, I'll try it out and yeah, as they say, buy my merch. Honestly, guys, I'll be more than happy if all you do is just subscribe to my channel and play my games. Anyways, thanks for watching. You guys really made it happen, so thanks.